What's up, everyone? We are here in West Hollywood waiting on Antonio Brown to show up for the awesome interview.
Hey, congrats on rolling out. That's huge. Man, I'm sure a lot of that.
Are you shooting me right now?
Yeah.
We'll roll with them. Like that, behind the scenes of A-list celebrity, right? It's TMZ right there, by the way, interviewing him.
Nah, I love it.
Those questions
Nah, I love that. I love the walking
state
It was
too.
good.
It was good.
About which one?
Either one.
You know
right
me.
here?
You know me, and yeah, you said all the answers. I'm like,
Yeah, all right, we'll do something.
you know what I mean?
The only thing is we'll need to pause for a second to get audio on you.
And then you see any black
Let's do it.
I'm sure.
I was wanting to talk about, like, what's it like being an athlete? Like, the difficulties, the challenges.
Sam, let's go.
Like, once you start making money, who shows up in your life?
You out of here?
Everybody
I feel-
will make money off.
Yeah, well, I feel like athletes never have a chance to talk about, like, the difficulties. Do you want to sit down? Would you prefer sitting?
Whatever you want.
I would prefer sitting. It would, I don't know. Let's chill. We kind of had it set up.
Let's do it, champ. I love it.
A mutual friend reached out. AB and I had a chance to talk, and very unique guy. I actually really enjoyed it, and so I wanted the audience to get to see a different side of you. And so welcome, the one and only AB.
Thank you, dog.
I'm actually most curious about your life right now. Once you start making money in the NFL, who shows up in your life?
Everyone who want to make some money off you.
Have you ever had really uncomfortable conversations with family or friends?
All the time.
Yeah.
Not only conversations, situations.
You have a lot of people that want to enter into your life. I'm curious, how do you evaluate who to enter into your circle?
Well, just a mutual spirituality feel and what purpose they're going to serve. You know, everyone around you should have a role to do, and they should be as just driven as you. So, you know, I try to surround myself with those people.
I'm sure it's hard, man.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's not a lot of those people.
Just spending a minute around you, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone wants to come up and say what's up. Do you get tired of the limelight? Is this enjoyable to you, all the attention?
It's always good to show love, man. That's what it's about. It's about how you make others feel. So anytime someone coming up to me showing love, I love to get that love back.
I've noticed fans love you, man. I was looking through your Instagram. Why do you think that is? Like, everyone, wherever you go, man, people show you love.
I feel like they get a respect thing for me. They know I stand on principles, work hard. You know, they know I'm here to empower other people, and it's not just about me. And I think they understand that.
Yeah, I have a little trivia for you. You're from Miami, right?
Yeah.
What's the area code of Miami?
305.
How many catches did you have in your Central Michigan career?
You know that, 305.
Oh, come on, I was trying to sneak one on you. Maybe that was coincidental for a great career. But let's go back to your early days at Pittsburgh. You start making money, you sign a big check. What are some of the challenges that come with being in the NFL? And look, your information was public, right? Your salary, everyone knew you were making money. Walk me through what that, is it challenging? What are some of the challenges you faced?
But just being able to protect your money, you know, getting the right accountant, find the one to set you up with be able to get your taxes. Because you know when you make money, you got to pay taxes. So just having the right team that helped me not only protect my money, but help me with smart investments to make more money. So as a player and an athlete, you know, you got to run your business even more off the field. But I think as a player, you get those blinders on. You get so focused on just the field and what you got to be and become. So
I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame, right? So gold jacket, when you play, you're going after titles and the gold jacket, right?
Absolutely.
So I was thinking of something. What does the gold jacket look like off the field? And in 10 years, I want to wake up and say, you know what, AB is a gold jacket Hall of Famer in business. What does that look like to you?
Well, you know, empowering the youth. You know what I mean? It look like, you know what the community look like. It look like me empowering the youth, finding the next superhero, telling stories of which kid we help, what's the next kid that paved the way, who's the next Antonio Brown, who's the next pioneer. And I do that by providing opportunities to the next superheroes. You know, down to sports, a good opportunity for me to build that Hall of Fame off the field regimen with finding the next kid and empowering and helping, you know, seeing the next kid like myself once was go to the next level.
You have impact. I hope you realize that. You have a lot of impact. And right now, I think what a lot of people don't realize is you have a lot going on. We FaceTime the other night. You're like, dude, I got real estate. I got this. Walk me through TMZ Sports. Do you have ownership at all? Like, I'm not too familiar. What does that look like?
Yeah, well, I got an ownership deal regarding the elite sports company of TMZ Sports. And right now we got a high school basketball team, the Doves. Shout out to the Doves. And we just looking to empower the youth of the foundation of all kind of sports. So right now, as president, we're looking to do more things in the football department, with management. Obviously, we got flyer apparel that just came out. Check us out on the site, donnasports.com. And we're just looking to empower our leaders, football players, hockey players, tennis players, all sports regimen, just give athletes the impact when they're done with their career, when they're starting their career, so they can achieve their goals, because in life, we all can win.
Absolutely, and the key is investing. And some of my biggest videos are about why athletes go broke, which breaks my heart seriously to see young athletes that go from a really disadvantaged background and they come up and they start making money, and then all of a sudden someone screws them, someone takes their money, bad investments or whatever. And so when you can influence people to start investing their money, I don't ever want to see athletes go broke. It's like the worst news story ever. But you have news stories about spending money, and you fly private, which has got to be fun. I want to hear with confidence, why are we going to wake up and hear that AB's thriving after his playing field and his playing career, and why you're going to do excellent off the field?
Because all my football money, I saved it.
Love it.
I made 100 million contracts.
Love it.
And off the field, I'm running the business. We got 84/7 fitness, my gym. We got Boomin Productions, my production. We got Touchdown Brown. We got numerous of business that generate income. We got Cab Records, my own record label. We got Cab Publishing, Cab Entertainment.
When we were FaceTiming the other night, you were walking me through this. I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, business is booming. It's not just a slogan. It's a motto we live by, and those are things that sustain you after the field.
Have you had a chance to get in real estate yet?
Yeah, I also got booming estates.
Everything's booming,
I mean, everything's booming.
Walk me through. This will probably be the last question, but what does real estate look like? I'm a real estate guy, so I just want to know, at your level, are you buying deals? Do you have someone helping you out at all? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I've been buying deals. Obviously, I own 5 homes. And also, a partner with Floyd Mayweather with his new partnership. You've seen that for his real estate company. So there's going to be some good opportunities, and we're excited to share with you moving forward.
You've got Rolling Loud coming up. Are you ready? Are you ready for the amount of attention that you'll get?
Are you ready?
Standing in front of a lot of
You ready?
fans.
I've been in plenty stadiums and people have been staring at me.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Cool.
You guys be ready.
Hey, it was very much appreciated that you spent your time. Guys, give AB some love. Thanks, man. Thanks again. How's the audio?
No, for real.
Okay.
Hey, better. Shit.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
You better put our shit up there.
You let me know
Get some of the people in the back. You rolling video? You rolling video?
We can do B-roll if you
make
want.
sure they're in the back. The fans in the back, waving. Make sure you get the fans in the back, though.
Maybe that fits fire though.
You like it?
All blood. It's hard
So
as
why
fuck.
you ain't talk about it? I make all this.
You run it?
We make all this. Me and
Oh,
my
we're
wife.
going to. That fit is fire. Look at that. It looks hard as hell.
Booms in just a
Do your
hair.
thing though. I'll be back.
I have a couple quick points I want to get to before ending the video. The video and the interview was really short because AB had to catch a private flight heading back to Atlanta. I saw on his Instagram that he was hanging out with Young Thug. I'm guessing maybe making a song together, and it looked like he had an appearance to be made, and going back east from LA, you only have so much time. So we happened to be right by where he was staying, so he could stop by, do 10 minutes, really quick interview, and then catch his flight. TMZ Sports was there. I knew they wanted to get a quick 2 or 3 minute interview first, and then I asked AB, said 5 to 10 minute interview. I didn't have a queue in front of me, so I wasn't sitting there looking at something to know how much time I had left. And I'm not an interviewer. I don't have much experience doing it, so I lost track of time. I felt like it was 15 minutes sitting there talking to him, and so I wanted to end the interview short as opposed to possibly running long and him having to get uncomfortable or
try to cut it short while the video is playing. I mean, that would have looked really bad. And so I would rather have ended it sooner than later. I tried to ask the best questions I could. I tried to think of the most entertaining questions I could ask for, an 8-minute interview, which you can't go deep into questions, obviously. The guy in the middle that popped up, that was a friend of AB's. He owns the Ferrari 488 that you saw. And funny enough, there was like a TMZ story about it the day of the interview, which made me freak out. I think he's just the guy that likes to be around the fame. I felt really disrespected that he went in the middle of the shot of the interview, but I kept that in because it's just interesting being around a celebrity, and you get the people, even the friends that just want to be a part of it and be seen, be on video and get all the views. The night before, I met AB at the tarmac when he touched down in LA, and this was the guy who I had met with, so I could go meet AB. I got in that Ferrari with him, and I think he's just the guy that wants to be around the fame. So he's not like a weird guy, very successful, has a lot of cars. I just felt like it was very weird that he would stand in the middle of the shot during the interview. I felt like he was just a guy that wanted to be a part of the fame and just get all the views and have his face in front of the camera, and why he put his hats on the table, which it was totally not planned. We had been there for like an hour, and we had the shot set up, and then like a minute before AB came, this guy shows up like with AB and puts all the hats right on the table right as we're about to start shooting. And I wasn't gonna like throw him off onto the ground, because it just would have caused drama in a scene. And I had 8 minutes, 10 minutes. So I was like, whatever we could do to just get the interview. But I just felt like it was weird. The invoice is obviously what started this whole thing. So it was a fake invoice, but he did pay $1.5 million for the tickets, which is funny because you paid $1.5 million for Super Bowl tickets and yet still put a fake invoice on Instagram. We talked about it on FaceTime. He was cool with the video and everything. He was a really good sport about it and thought it was funny. But anyway, we talked about it. He did pay money for the tickets, which is still funny. I mean, $1.5 million in a single day. You have to have a lot of money to be able to spend $1.5 million on Super Bowl tickets. Of course, with an interview that is that short, there's going to be questions not asked. I know some of you who aren't in this position, you go, oh man, Spencer, why didn't you ask him a question about X, Y, or Z? I think he promoted NFTs recently. So there's like a lot of questions I wish I would have been able to ask. But when you're given, hey, this interview can only be 5 to 10 minutes, there's only so many questions you can ask, and you're not going to press them on anything. Of course, like in our conversation, there was things I would have loved to like follow up on, but I just wanted like some quick hitter questions. It was pretty crazy. In the last year, I had a feeling that sometime at the end of 2022, I'd get a sit-down interview with a well-known athlete. I felt like it would happen, and it's very bizarre that it actually came to fruition, and it did happen. I felt like I'm not even that big of a YouTuber to get someone like that's attention, but I guess I get enough views for it to be worth their time. So I felt like I was like humbled to have that experience. It's just weird. I'm not into this like secret manifestation stuff, but it is kind of interesting that I have the interview that I was expecting to happen at some point in 2022. It actually happened in Q1. And then, of course, at the end, I want to address like being an interviewer. I'm not an interviewer. I'm not a professional interviewer. This was probably only my third experience doing it. I felt like I did pretty well, but of course I can improve. There's a video I did, I think like a month and a half, no, it's probably 2 months now, maybe 2.5, 3 months ago with Mickey, where I confronted him in person. And of course, like that video got some like very negative feedback, which I always appreciate criticism. And I'm always reading and trying to implement some criticism that is valid. And a big part of the reason why I made that video is I wanted to put myself in an uncomfortable position, because I don't have that skill set. I sit here in my room and I have a script and it's planned out and it's well written and I go through it 3 or 4 times. I don't have the experience of going and meeting someone in person, sitting down and actually talking to them and having that live feedback, especially a video that's a little bit confrontational like the one with Mickey. I wanted to gain that skill set because I felt like at some point in the future I'd have a big interview, and I didn't want it to be my first time. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty well composed. I felt like I did a good job with the Antonio Brown video. But I mean, your first time or your second time, it's not like the easiest thing. Any of you out there who have done interviews before, you know, it doesn't matter who the guest is. Like it's a really hard skill and something that you need to build up. It is a skill that you can build up over time. And so I wanted to start having some experiences interviewing people. And I also did the one in Denver when I went and did an in-person interview. I wanted to gain the skill set in the event that I possibly could sit down with an athlete. And the fact that it happened, I was very, very thankful for past experiences. So it's just a reminder that sometimes, you know, with YouTubers, you do things for many different reasons. And a big reason why I did that video, because some of you thought they were like softball questions or whatever, I got played in person. Maybe I did. That's besides the point. I wanted to have that experience because if I did mess up, I could mess up then in that video and get better and improve at that skill set, so that if I had a chance to sit down with a professional athlete, I felt like I'd be more prepared and I wouldn't fumble that opportunity, which I felt like I did a pretty good job with this. It was short, so I can only mess up so much. But man, I'm really appreciative of this experience, and hopefully sometime maybe this year or next year I could get a full hour sit down with an athlete and go into questions that they never get asked, or topics of conversation that never really get brought up about like the challenges of being an athlete and the actual finances, to dig into like how they actually invest. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling. I have nothing but positive things to say about my experience with AB. I got to face chat with him for like 15 minutes a couple nights before the interview. I have proof this time. Some of you didn't believe me last time I said a FaceTime with an athlete. And then I had an experience with the at the private jet, and then the interview. So I'm not going to speak about what you see in the media. I only know him very briefly, so I didn't really get a really good chance to get to know him. But he's a really interesting guy. I'm really happy to hear that, if it's true, of course, if it's true, if he didn't spend any of his NFL money and he invested it the way he said he did. If that's the case, I really hope so, because that would be lead to a very successful post-playing career. But anyway, thank you so much for watching.